So the competition level is great. So competitive depth is going to be huge for us.
You guys talk about, I think the offensive line group is going to be a position that everybody talks about till the season begins. You guys talk about that and maybe the negativity that's outside of the building right now?
Yeah, everyone has an opinion, but we got to cloud it out and focus on ourselves. And because if we're focused on what they say, then we're not going to be able to focus on what we need to do to get right. So,
Where did you go for spring break?
I went to Hawaii on
Did you?
service trip. Yes, sir.
I saw a picture of you. Is that a real picture of you?
Yes, sir. It is.
How did you do that?
I saw Chapman McCown. He hopped up there and he's doing some pull-ups sideways, and I couldn't do that, but I could get up there for a few seconds. So.
That was impressive, man. I mean,
Yeah,
what do you weigh, man?
320.
So you did that with 320.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, your teammates had to go crazy, I would guess, right?
Yeah, no one believed it, but it's pretty cool.
Well, you got the photo, so it's
Yeah.
either photoshopped or.
Yeah, that was everyone's first reaction was Photoshop, but it was pretty cool just seeing a teammate that could do it and the motivation from everybody else saying, hey, try it. And so I gave it a shot.
You guys had to rebuild a baseball field that had been burned up and things. But talk about that and some of the touching things you did as you met people that went through the fires and things.
Yes, sir. So throughout the whole trip, that was our biggest thing, was helping out with people who got affected by the fires, mostly at high school. So we really helped their baseball field, the majority, and then went and cleaned up their brand new turf that they had got. It's only about 3 months old and didn't get affected by it. So that was, a great thing for them. But it was really just great seeing everybody. It's different than the football side of everybody. You get to go out there and you get to help people, and that's just different. That's something that's special.
You played right next year. You're going to play. From what we hear, you're playing left. Is that what Bill's talking to you about, or what are you working at right now?
Yeah, I'll leave that for him. I'm not quite sure what he wants me to say.
Are you still working at both?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Both.
Sorry to even ask this, but those last couple of starts last year, not just the bowl game, what kind of comps does that give you headed into winter, headed into spring, to kind of get that taste and roll forward to try to make that spot your own?
Yeah, it's been huge. Tyler Guyton was a really good guy to be behind, and we motivation on the sideline during those last games, and tips and stuff on stuff that maybe I was having problems with or oversetting, just stuff like that. So having him behind me and being able to watch what I'm doing live, and then when I get to the sideline, him able to communicate it was huge for me.
Could you tell, even though it was just a couple of games, things starting to slow down more and more for you by the time the Alamo Bowl rolled around?
Yeah, it definitely did. Starting off, McCade Matoyer, he lived with us. He was a roommate of mine, so we had a good communication off the bat, just because we know each other so well, and I think that was really big too. We were able to communicate well and really just work as a unit.
What kind of been your first impressions of Michael Tarquin and Spencer Brown kind of coming in and work with you guys?
Yeah, man, everybody's looked really good. They came in, everybody came to compete. Winter workouts, everyone came in, busted their tails. Everyone's looking really impressive. We got really good competitive depth.
Are there any of those younger guys? Like, we heard a lot about Heath maybe kind of rolling through toward the end of last year. Was there anyone that you kind of noticed that really felt like stuff was starting to click for him behind the scenes toward the end of last year?
Yeah, Heath has been doing really well. Just a huge dude. A lot of our guys have put on weight, and that's Schmitty's off season. He puts that weight on, and everyone gets more athletic. So Heath has looked really good. I've enjoyed getting to watch his progress.
When you talk about like continuing with Schmitty, how much do you look forward to / dread the summer, knowing that like it's not done? Once you get done with the spring, it rolls back through again? Man,
I love it. Schmitty's my favorite guy. It's hard to people act like it's tough to like him, but man, that's the best dude ever. Getting to go work with him, and knowing that he's helping you and your figure, and your future in sports, it's huge.
Is the move to the SEC, does that get overplayed? Does that get talked about every single day when it comes to like the weight training and like, hey, need to get bigger, stuff like that?
Yeah, it's definitely a talking point, but I think everyone knows that on their own. It's really doesn't change anything for us. We're still working like we would have if we were still in the Big 12. So everybody's getting bigger, stronger, faster, smarter. So that's the biggest thing.